This is Martin. Martin is ambitious. He wants to build a business and get in shape, but watch his morning routine closely. His alarm rings. He doesn't get up. His hand moves automatically like a zombie to his phone. He intends to check the weather. Instead, he loses 45 minutes watching people he doesn't know, living lives he will never have. By the time he stands up, his motivation tank is empty. He sits down to work, stares at the screen, and feels a physical itch in his chest. He checks his phone again and again. He tells himself, I'm just lazy. I just need more coffee. But Martin isn't lazy. Martin is chemically broken. He is suffering from digital diabetes. If you recognize Martin's morning in your own life, stop everything. I'm going to show you the exact 3-phase protocol to repair Martin's brain and yours in just 7 days. Let's look at the mechanics. When you eat too much sugar, your cells become resistant to insulin. You get sick. When you consume too much cheap content, TikTok, Reels, news, your brain becomes resistant to dopamine. Your brain has downregulated its receptors to protect itself from the flood. This is why you can't focus. Normal work releases a slow, steady amount of dopamine. But because your receptors are fried from high-speed scrolling, that normal amount feels invisible. Work feels boring. Reading feels impossible. You don't need motivation. You need to starve the receptors so they become sensitive again. Here's the plan. Phase 1, the 24-hour hard reset. Phase 1 is non-negotiable. We start with shock therapy. For the first 24 hours, you are going to fast. Not from food, but from stimulation. The rules: no screens, phone off, laptop off, no music or podcasts, no junk food, no socializing. You can only write, walk, meditate, or stare at a wall. Warning: this will hurt. By hour 6, Martin felt anxious. He kept reaching for a phone that wasn't there. Good. That pain is your brain healing. It's the fever breaking. By hour 18, something magical happens. The fog lifts. An apple tastes sweet again. A book becomes interesting. Once you reset the baseline, we move to phase 2. Phase 2, the monk mode morning. You cannot live in a cave forever. You have to go back to work, but you need a defense system. For the next 6 days, follow the 11 a.m. rule. Absolutely no cheap dopamine before 11 a.m., no social media, no news, no checking stats. Instead, Martin uses this window for the ghost hour. For the first hour of the day, he is a ghost. He doesn't exist to the world. He drinks water, moves his body, and sits with his thoughts. Then, he attacks his most difficult task immediately. Because his receptors are sensitive from sleep, difficult work feels 50% easier. Martin now does more before noon than he used to do in a week. Phase 3, the secret weapon, urge surfing. Now, here is where everyone fails. It's 2 p.m. Martin is tired. He feels a massive urge to pick up his phone. Most people fight it, get exhausted, and give up. Don't fight it. Surf it. This is a technique used by addiction psychiatrists called urge surfing. An urge is like a wave. It rises, peaks, and crashes. The whole process takes about 10 minutes. When the urge hits, acknowledge it. Say, I feel bored. Sit there and watch the feeling. Notice the tension in your chest. If you just sit and breathe for 3 minutes, the wave will crash. The urge will vanish. You win by doing nothing, not by fighting. Phase 4, the evening shutdown. Finally, how you end the day determines how you start tomorrow. If you doom scroll in bed, you fry your brain before you even sleep. 1 hour before bed, the digital sunset. All electronics off, read fiction. Journal, plan tomorrow. This allows your brain to clean out the waste accumulated during the day. You wake up fresh, ready to dominate again. 7 days later, Martin is not perfect, but he is no longer a slave. He controls his attention, and because of that, he controls his future. 99% of people will click off this video and go back to the feed. They will remain batteries for the algorithm. But you can choose to be different. Try the hard reset. Fix your brain. See you later.